Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're exploring the really fascinating world of Skip Brittenham. Now, that's a name you might not instantly recognize, but his influence in Hollywood, monumental.
Absolutely. He just passed away at 83, and looking back, his legacy is just huge.
It really is. So our mission today is to kind of unpack the often behind-the-scenes impact of this true power broker.
And for Brittenham, that term meant more than just being a lawyer. He was a deal maker, a connector, a strategist, really shaping the industry.
Yeah, and the sources we're drawing on, like the big Hollywood Reporter piece, they give such a captivating look into his world.
And it's a story that's just incredibly compelling if you're interested in how big deals get made, how major careers are built.
Or how an entire industry gets subtly reshaped by, well, one person's legal skill and strategic thinking.
Exactly. He wasn't just an attorney. He was, like you said, an architect of that Hollywood landscape.
So, okay, let's unpack this. What was it specifically that set Skip Brittenham apart? I mean, from all the other high-powered lawyers in Hollywood.
Well, he was always called a prominent Hollywood attorney and power broker. Co-founded Zifrin Brittenham, what was it, December 78?
Yeah, that's the one.
But it wasn't just the legal skill, though that was, obviously top-notch.
Right.
What really made him different was his approach to contracts and, maybe even more importantly, this incredible commitment to honesty. That really changed how clients saw him.
Right. He was a huge innovator with those contract structures, specifically crafting those back-end deals.
Yeah, those were game changers.
Think about Henry Winkler, right at the start of Happy Days. Brittenham helped him get one of those deals.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't only for actors. He also apparently opened the gates for executives to make additional money based on their division's performances.
And what's often missed there is that these weren't just like new clauses in a contract. They fundamentally shifted risk and reward.
How so?
Well, by tying pay to performance, Brittenham basically empowered talent and execs to become partners in the success. Their interests aligned with the project's success, which was huge in, the unpredictable movie business.
That makes sense. A really revolutionary way to incentivize people.
Totally. And what's really telling is how he adapted later when streaming just, completely upended deal structures.
He didn't just stick to the old playbook.
No, not at all. He pushed for these deep-pocketed companies to buy out clients' back end. That shows real foresight, keeping his clients ahead.
And then there's the honesty thing. In an industry known for, let's say, not always being straightforward.
Right. He had this unique reputation. He even said it himself, something like, in showbiz, a lot of people, golly gee whiz, they don't always tell the truth.
Golly gee whiz.
Yeah, he went on. So by telling the truth and always always saying exactly what I thought, it distinguished me. And clients learned to expect it.
Wow. So connect that honesty to something really surprising Harrison Ford said about him. Ford was one of his first actor clients, right? Even before Star Wars.
Yeah, napped him early. Ford apparently said, what amuses me most about Skip is he often represents everyone in the deal.
Everyone. How does that even work?
Exactly. Ford continued, and he does a really good job for everybody. I've always walked away from every negotiation and thought, Jesus, how did he get that?
Okay, that raises a huge question. How did he manage that? Representing conflicting interests, but keeping everyone happy, or at least feeling like they got a fair shake.
That's the fascinating part, isn't it? It seems paradoxical.
Totally. Was it just raw negotiating skill? Or that integrity factor?
Sure.
Or something else?
I think it was a blend. That honesty wasn't just, a moral thing. It was strategic.
Strategic honesty. Okay.
Because if both sides trusted him completely, they knew he wasn't playing games, it made tough compromises possible. He built this reputation as someone who'd deliver a fair outcome, even if it was tough. Made him indispensable.
He wasn't just a lawyer then, or like a facilitator.
Yeah, a facilitator of partnerships, exactly.
And here's where it gets really interesting. You look at his client list, just the sheer breadth of it.
Oh, it's incredible.
Spans the whole industry. You've got Kevin Feige, Harvey Weinstein, Toby Emmerich.
Studio heads, producers.
Then actors. Harrison Ford, Tom Hanks, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Ted Danson, Tom Selleck, Tim Allen, Bruce Willis, Michael Keaton.
Directors like Tony and Ridley Scott.
And top execs. Jim Giannopoulos, Tom Rothman, Dana Walden, Jim Wyatt, Bob Greenblatt. The list goes on.
What that list really shows is not just reach, but the deep trust he had across every part of the business, talent, studios, everyone.
Even representing controversial figures like Weinstein, which, looking back just underscores his reach at the time. He was focused on the legal side for everyone.
Right. It just highlights his influence across the entire spectrum, regardless of later perceptions. Very few attorneys, if any, ever achieved that kind of, well, universal acceptance in Hollywood.
And that trust, it wasn't just limited to individual deals. It went way bigger into huge corporate transformations.
Yeah, he was often the unseen hand behind some massive industry shifts,
Right.
really influencing how companies were built, bought, sold.
Like his work with Pixar, helping them years before Disney acquired them in 91.
Wasn't it '06 when Disney acquired them? He helped them get their initial deal with Disney in 91, though.
Ah, right. The initial deal in 91, acquisition later. Thanks. And he kept playing a role in their strategy after that initial deal, too.
And he had that really interesting relationship with Steve Jobs. Said something like, initially he was mentoring him, but then Jobs ended up mentoring me.
Imagine that dynamic.
If you connect that to the bigger picture, having a plugged-in Hollywood lawyer like Brittenham involved with a Silicon Valley startup like Pixar back then, that was huge.
So he brokered that first Disney deal to finance and distribute Pixar movies in 91.
Yep, 4 full years before Toy Story even came out. Shows incredible vision, bridging entertainment and tech early on.
And the big deals just kept coming. He helped Disney scoop up Miramax in 1993.
Right.
Then that huge DreamWorks split, 2004 to 2007.
Yeah, splitting it into 2.
Yeah.
Animation went public. Live action got sold to Paramount for, $1.6 billion?
A staggering amount. And he also helped set up David Ellison's Skydance Media and Chris Meledandri's Illumination Entertainment.
He was just central to so many key moments.
And his value wasn't only in making the deals happen, he was also a confidant, wasn't he?
Definitely. Like with John Lasseter, the Pixar Disney animation chief, when Lasseter was forced out in 2018.
Ah, right. There was that quote.
Yeah, someone close to Lasseter said, "People under attack want a bulldog." That really sums up Brittenham's protective role in tough times.
It's interesting, too, how he shifted his own career focus.
Right.
After that Spin City deal in 96 for Gary David Goldberg and Michael J. Fox.
The one he called the best deal ever made.
That's the one. He realized, apparently, I could never do better than this in television.
So he switched focus.
Yeah, pretty much focused on the motion picture transactional side after that. Bigger money, bigger deals. It was a clear strategic move to dominate a specific market.
Wow. One deal just changes the whole trajectory, allowed him to focus where the stakes were highest.
It's so easy to get lost in the scale of his professional life, isn't it? But let's pivot a bit. Look beyond the boardroom. Make him a bit more relatable for you listening.
His early life was quite something.
Yeah, Harry Montague Brittenham, born September 6, 1941, Port Huron, Michigan. Dad was a WWII officer, feeder pilot. Mom was a social worker, housekeeper.
And they moved around constantly because of his dad's job.
Constantly.
Yeah.
New York, Mississippi, Alaska, California.
Yeah.
He said he was never in any place for more than a couple years.
That must have been disruptive. And the Air Force Academy at 17, which he apparently didn't even want to go to.
Right. Felt he couldn't quit, though. He said the first thing you learned there was if you quit, you're a quitter forever. So he stuck it out, graduated 63.
But an eye injury stopped him from pilot training, led to other Air Force jobs, sort of pushed him onto a different path, maybe.
Seems like it. And his path to law school, also pretty pragmatic. Graduated UCLA Law in 70. He joked it was to delay my adolescence.
That's a refreshingly honest take on law school.
Isn't it? It shows that, unconventional starts can lead to amazing careers.
Absolutely. And even the start of his firm, Zifrin Brittenham, has a bit of a quirky origin story.
Oh, yeah. Tell us. Yeah.
Well, Ken Zifrin recruited him to his family's firm, which was Zifrin, and Zifrin.
Okay.
And Brittenham apparently said something like, "Let me get this straight. You want me to go to Zifrin, and Zifrin, and you're not one of the Zifrins."
Deaky.
Totally. He followed up, "I've got a better idea. How about Zifrin and Brittenham?"
Yeah.
And Zifrin went for it. They started the firm soon after.
Just like that. Bold move.
Yeah. And outside the office, people said he was much more laid back. Didn't bill hourly, interestingly.
No hourly billing. That's unusual for a lawyer.
Gave him freedom, maybe influenced his deal-making style, and he loved fly fishing, apparently. Remote locations, disconnecting.
He also had this other really interesting passion, comic books.
Oh, right. He co-launched Anomaly Productions with artist Brian Haberlin.
Yeah, to release graphic novels based on his own huge personal collection. The first one was about Earth destroyed by climate change, humans surviving elsewhere. themes that kind of echoed his philanthropy.
Which was also significant. He was on the boards of Conservation International, American Oceans Campaign, Environmental Media Association.
A man of many facets. He's survived by his wife, the actress Heather Thomas. Remember her from The Fall Guy? Married her in 92. And his daughters, Christina, Shauna, and India Rose, his brother Bud, and 4 grandkids.
And they had that great family motto.
Which one was that?
You can never have too much fun, but you can try. Seems like he lived by it.
Definitely sounds like it. So wrapping this up, what does it all mean? His legacy. Tom Rothman called it singular. Said Brittenham was the wisest man I knew. High praise.
It really illustrates his profound but often invisible impact. How Hollywood works, deal structures, company formations. He genuinely shaped so much from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, doesn't it? How many other quiet power brokers are out there shaping things in ways we don't see? And what can we learn from their, unconventional paths to influence?
That's a great question to leave our listeners with. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the, truly extraordinary life and impact of Skip Brittenham.
Hope it gave you a new perspective.
Yeah, a new perspective on the unseen forces driving the entertainment you love.